Hola, ¿qué tal, chicos? My name is Victor Rios, and today we are with the wonderful Sammy Attalah, who's an actor and also the founder of Untold Collective. And today we are at the restaurant Santafereño. Santafereño, and we decided to have a sort of mixture of dishes that involves a lovely coffee, arepa con queso. Then this is what is this, Sammy?
This is the vegetarian dish, which has been veganified, so it's now the vegan dish.
Oh yeah. So basically, this includes with this like kind of like a cake that has some cheese in it, but Sammy quiche.
Yes.
And Sammy is vegan, so therefore we asked them to adapt it, so it becomes totally vegan. We have some pan de abono and one empanada that eventually Maro will eat it. And then what is this, Sammy?
This is some different places call it different things. So it's called soursop, but in Latin America it's called guanábana.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
So jugo de guanábana, juice of guanábana.
Yeah, so you can have it either with milk or with water. This time Sammy's having it with water.
Yes.
So let's enjoy this lovely meal.
Bon appetit or buen provecho.
Buen provecho. So let's talk about the food, Sammy. So
Yeah.
like how often do you go and eat some Latino food or stuff like that? What is?
Do you know what? Let
me try this one.
Yeah, cool.
Go.
Kind of like it's a thing with my mum. Like we kind of go like every like Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah, or every other Sunday with her. So when we're together, so we might go to Elephant and Castle and go to Ecuadorean restaurant. Oh, thank you. But yeah, it's quite a frequent thing, to be honest. Yeah, it's just really good to have food from back home and yeah, it just keeps you in touch with your culture.
Yeah, definitely. I think this is a lovely combination of things that we have here. So we'll have a bite and then we'll let you know about our thoughts. Our thoughts.
I'm hungry.
Yeah. So yeah, if you want to have a great meal, there is some options. Come to Santafereño, and then you can find, from breakfast to lunch and also sets of dinner. So
yeah, he's not earning commission.
Yeah, by the way, yeah.
Yeah. It's just everyone's really nice and food was good too.
But Sammy, after we had a great lunch and everything, tell me, what's your story?
Wow, what's my story? Where do I start? Born and raised in London. My parents both came, my mother from Ecuador, my dad from Egypt. He's mixed Egyptian and Lebanese. They met here in London and boom, I was born. I mean, there's a lot of in-between steps, but yeah, I'm here. Yeah, raised in South London and yeah, grew up all my life in kind of South London. Yeah. That's I guess that's the beginning.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but how was it like? Because I came at the age of 17, so my reality is completely different than yours, which were born here.
Yeah.
But also, because your parents are from different nationalities. So, how was for you growing up, in that environment, and also in London? So, how was it like?
Yeah. So, I guess you know what? To be honest, because I went to all my schools. When you're young, you don't when you're a child, you don't really recognize differences in people. You just do, right? You just start.
Yeah.
So, to be honest, I didn't really see any difference in people, and I was in a very multicultural primary school when I started, and secondary school. All my education was very multicultural.
Right.
So I was just very happy to be amongst all these people. And they were just friends. That's all it was. I didn't really feel alone or different or segregated. I had a very close friend in primary school who happened to be from Colombia, Lina, and spoke the same language, and we had similar kind of backgrounds. But other than that, no, it was just nice to be amongst different people. And what I like about being a multicultural society is that you just get to find out. I just want to find out more about like what do you do, what is your tradition, what's your kind of culture, what do you guys do, like rejoice in those kind of differences and finding out more.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's just very interesting. So yeah, I just love like how diverse London is, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I think it's the same thing when I came and I realized that, you know, the diversity that I came across really expanded so much into how I saw the world.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you sometimes are raised in a place that's the only thing that you know, right? It's the same as us here. There must be other places that if we visit, we also come across with so many other different cultures or different ways of how people live.
Of course, definitely.
You know, but I think the beauty of London is that it already has that diversity of different nationalities, different, you know, ways of how people live, and I think that's fantastic. So
definitely, I think sometimes, you know, we're very privileged to live in a multicultural society that sometimes you forget that. So if family or friends have come to visit, or I've met someone and they're not used to that, and they're, you know, it kind of reminds you how lucky you are, because you get to see or hear stories from different people and get to explore different ways of kind of living, where maybe even different places in this country won't have that.
Yeah.
So their only reference point is things from the media, such as films and news.
yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, here you actually get to meet people in those places. So yeah, love it.
But tell me, you were born in the UK,
Yes.
you were raised by your mom who's Ecuadorian, also your dad
Yes.
is half
That's half Egyptian and Lebanese.
Lebanese. So, growing up in London, where acting?
We're acting, yeah.
How?
All right, I think it's a classic story. It's just, you know what? In primary school, I got involved in a school play. It was Oliver. We were doing Oliver Twist. It sounded really cool. I was like, yeah, I want to be part of this. And I got selected to be Oliver. And what was really cool about that is that it was myself and another friend from primary school. I remember Francine. We both got selected to be Oliver. So one night it would be me, one night it would be her. And we look totally different to what Oliver would look like. You know, if you look at what Oliver is, you know, we definitely don't, you know, I'm mixed, you know, Ecuadorean, Egyptian, Lebanese. She was from Jamaica. We look totally different to what Oliver would be, and you know, that was colorblind casting there, and that was great. I mean, I've only realized that now, a lot of that, you know, about being from somewhere different, I've only come to realize that now, but I appreciate it, that school, that teacher took that chance. Which was great, and that's what kind of set me off in really loving what I do. Like when we made this show, I just love the energy of people coming together and creating this tale and putting it on stage and delivering it to an audience and them enjoying it and seeing these people's faces. And it's just like, yeah, this is so good. It was so addictive. I just wanted more, and then I found out that that's something that you could do. Just every play, because we didn't have drama in primary school or secondary, and I just got involved in any school play production. I'd do that. So did that in primary school. In secondary school, we did Oliver again. I was Oliver once again. Invited my primary school teacher to come watch, and then until I got to college, did performing arts, and that's when you really find out, you know what, like there's more to it as well. Start to learn more. Within college, we created a hip opera, and we took that to Edinburgh Fringe.
Oh wow!
Which was an amazing experience, wonderful experience, and loved it. Took the same show to New York as well.
Really?
Great. It was received very well.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I was very lucky.
I did manage to go to Edinburgh, but it's funny enough because when I went to visit, it was just to check Scotland.
Yes.
You know. But then it happens that it was at the same time the festival. So, but I remember seeing all of these people like outside, you know, talking about, "Oh, come to my play," and stuff like that.
Yes.
It's a different vibe.
It was such a vibe. The energy is crazy. It's electric. You're just there canvassing, and it was so interesting to see at a young age as well.
What age were you there?
So I was around 17.
Wow.
17. Yeah, and we did that. So you know what? I totally appreciate that. My college and the education that that opportunity more that
Yeah.
got given to be able to take that.
And I think those things are very important because that sort of defines, you know,
Definitely.
the choices that you take.
Incredibly important, and that's the problem right now is that the current government is trying to cut funding for arts in HE education, so music and arts. So there'll be less of those opportunities, and I unfortunately don't come from a wealthy background. Like, so I wouldn't be able to go to schools that would have that chance. So if that's going to happen, there's less people from working class backgrounds to have access to the arts.
Yeah, absolutely, that's right.
So, but yeah.
So you finish your tours in Edinburgh, New York.
So finished tour. So after those shows, I was at uni. I went to uni, and so weirdly enough, I think clearly my career counselor was not that great, or I just didn't know about drama school.
Right.
So I thought if you're going to go to university, you have to study drama, performing arts academically, and that for me that doesn't just resonate. It didn't really work. So, you know, it's like, I feel like it's like learning to swim. It's like reading a book, trying to learn how to swim and not getting into the pool, which is silly now. But so I decided to go study marketing, which was fun. After that, I decided, you know what, this is not what I want to do. Having a meal with a friend, she said, you know, why don't you just do what you enjoy, which is something so easy when you think about it. And I thought, all right, yeah. So I went back to acting, decided to do some studying, doing some courses, and yeah, really, that's when it's, you know, really kind of that test when you're chasing it yourself.
Yeah.
No one's giving it to you, you're going out there to do it, and yeah, really appreciate it.
Amazing.
It's hard work.
It is.
It's not easy.
Yeah, and that led you to do what after? You did
so
go
yes,
drama school.
so from Central, I ended up in identity, which was great, and I had an amazing teacher. She was like, why don't you do some full-time training? So I thought, all right, cool. I was kind of against drama school before because it was quite expensive.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to spend all that time there. But I always believed in training. Like, you should always train. Just like fitness.
Yeah.
You should always maintain like your craft. I know people talk about your craft, but it's a skill set, right? Or it's like your muscle. You have to keep on training it to keep it workable or to keep it strong.
Yeah.
So if you want to keep your skills strong, you have to keep on training or practicing. So that's why I decided to always go in training. Then I thought, all right, let me go to drama school. Ended up doing an MA at Mountview, which was fun. Wonderful experience. And then boom, graduated. Graduated.
It's an amazing, journey that everyone has. Like the other time we were actually having a conversation with Raquel and her experience from Brazil to Northern Ireland and then eventually to the UK. And it's great to sort of find out, like you, for example, didn't even think of drama school as an option until you go a bit older and then someone encouraged you to do it, right? And then that was a great way of how you discover yourself as an actor.
Yeah.
But, there's a reality to it.
Yes. Okay. Right. I felt that coming.
So what happened? Like, because we know all this is a lovely story. That we can always.
And then he was
he was in Netflix, BBC, but.
All right. So then what happened? I graduated. I think, you know what? I think I'm just naturally optimistic. So I was like, yes. You feel you've got the backing of this drama school now, and boom.
Yeah.
The world is mine. Yeah. I thought, and also
Oliver Twist everywhere.
And I thought, all right. Also coming from a diverse background, a lot of people say, oh, there's more opportunities for you. I'm like, all right, great. You don't look specific enough. I was like, great. Like you're ethnically ambiguous, so you can play multiple things. I'm like, winning. The reality, after drama school, what happened? I was fortunate to sign with an agent, and I think I'm just, I guess I'm very highly optimistic. I was just like, yeah, the world is mine after that. You're like, yes, done my training, take me. Almost like a microwave meal. Bing, you're ready. Like, I'm ready now, out into the world to work. And you know what? It's hard, as I mentioned, it's a hard industry. I did some theatre, I've done some ads. And it's just been just finding my own work as well. And I think after a while, it actually made me realize that now I totally understand why people do their own shows or make their own work. It's
Yeah.
because you have to create your own opportunities. Definitely. And I mean, a few people from my school did their own shows, which I went to see and support, and I loved. They were great. And you know what? Slowly and surely, after I remember taking part in Latin American Theatre Festival, me and some friends got together and we were thinking, we're like, all right, let's do something. I've got this space, let's do something. They were like, all right, a play reading group, and I thought, cool. You know, I just want to do something. I want to create. Then I thought, you know what? Something's got to change. I think there's this energy that I just had, and I thought, no, you know what? We've got to be more than that, because we could do a play reading group. It'd be cool. I'm not saying that they aren't, but I think there's something that needs to change in the industry. And I thought, you know, what's the issue here? It's like, it's not that there's not enough actors of different ethnic backgrounds or different socio-economic backgrounds. They're there. Those actors are there. It's that those stories aren't there to tell and utilize those actors, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So you might not see a Latin American actor because it's not needed, or he might be a stereotype or a joke that is used once in every 100 films based in the UK. It's a different story if you're in the US, of course. But so I thought, all right, cool. We create this space with Untold Collective. So I started Untold Collective, create this space to hold read-ins by professional actors of script writers. So script writers would bring their work and it would get read by professional actors. And it'd be a place for people to connect.
Amazing.
And create community, to be honest. And that, you know, that's what's important, I think. Within this industry is community. And then from that, met loads of different writers, met actors. I connected with another actor, Daniela. We came together, we had this idea to create a scratch night, a Latin American scratch night, because there was nothing else out there. And we ended up creating Latin Scratch.
And to be honest, that was actually a success because it was sold out.
Yeah, the first night was totally sold out, which was amazing to see. A packed room at Theatre Delhi, which was so loving and welcoming. And yeah, it was just like, wow, the energy that was in that room. And you know, it was great to see that there is a space and there's hunger for these stories as well. And it was lovely to provide these opportunities to Latin American directors, actors, writers. And I wasn't even performing in the first one, but there was this pride. I think I've mentioned to you that it's like a father, you know, when he sees his child do something, you're like, look at them do well. And yeah, I just had this pride in me that I love to see. And then off the back of that, we were approached by the Actors Center to curate a season of Latin American theatre. So me and Daniela did that, and which was a wonderful experience. That we took part in last year. 21 productions of Latin American theatre groups took part and told their stories in central London. It did get cut short because of the pandemic. Yeah. But it was still wonderful. We took it online. So yeah, it was still wonderful to be part of. Then we did the second Latin Scratch, sold out again. I happened to be in it. Also, you were in it as well.
Yeah. It was fascinating. It was amazing to see Sammy acting as well, because the thing is that, you know, we forget about where all this comes from, because we are, you know, predominantly actors, but we understand that we need to be able to create our own table, but we are not just thinking about ourselves. We're always thinking about the aspect of how we can drag our community together. And just seeing acting like Sammy was fantastic. It was so like amazing in the aspect of the comedy, and it was just great because, you know, you are there, you see them, but you also want to be part. So, but not only that, I think Untold Collective has done so much more, that providing this platform has allowed other people to be picked up by other I think it's writers.
Yes, definitely. Someone was picked up. So through Latin Scratch, someone had a show, got picked up to do a show at the Gate Theatre, which was great to hear. We had one of our writers through one of the events that we did was picked up for Sky, so he was taking part in writing a Sky show, which was great to hear. Like, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Because that's what we want.
Exactly.
And yeah, I mean, I got to see you act on theatre, because I've seen you in film, but in theatre, and your show was, that took the night, that stole the night, and it was so great, the kind of comedic timing and everything. And that's what we're doing it for, is just to create our own opportunities. And that led us on to collaborate to create the Latin American Monologue series, which was wonderful to take part in. And we created some beautiful art there.
Yeah.
It's just, not forgetting that, you know, I think what we're trying to do is, if we're not being invited to the table, what we're doing is creating our own. And that's where this energy is, right? If those opportunities aren't being provided to us, we're just building our own opportunities.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? Yeah.
And Sammy has been working with us, of course, in the previous Latin American monologues, but also he's actually jumping on board for this new season that we're creating of the film Local Short Films.
Yeah.
That we already send call out for writers.
Yes.
We collecting the material, and then in the months of June and July will be the production aspect, post-production. So again, we're still working towards trying to make more opportunities, make it more collaborative, bringing the whole community together, and make platforms where people can put their work, and then hopefully that will get them exposure, and you know, we can grow together. This is amazing, Sammy.
Yeah.
So
I'm excited for this.
So what's next? Apart from that information already, what is next in terms of Untold Collective and you as an actor?
Me as an actor and Untold Collective. Tomorrow I'm shooting a little something which is like a sizzle reel almost for a pilot show.
Yeah.
So it's a concept for a show that's being written. So that's why I've got the beard ready.
Yeah.
Well, what little bit I have. So I've got that with Untold Collective, trying to come up with an idea as theatres are opening up, so we want to bring something fresh. We also want to actually just create film, to be honest. That's something I'm itching to do. So yeah, watch this space. I'd say watch this space.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So that's amazing. It's great to hear about all the stuff that you're going to be doing. And it's been a great episode of CommunEating, where we actually share a meal in the Latin American restaurant or cafe, and then we talk about stuff in our careers, our community, that can potentially inspire you. This has been Sammy with us, telling us about his story, his career, and if you want to find out more about him, there's the social media links there for Untold Collective and Sammy Attalah. And
down below.
There we go, somewhere around there. And until the next time, thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Just before, so Sammy, is there any final notes that you want to say before we leave?
Yeah, what I would say, if you're a creative of any sort, please get in touch if you ever want to collaborate, or just want to share some new ideas. If you're a writer, actor, director, producer, or just someone that's quite interested, like myself or Victor, I've just thrown him in. I'm always willing to hear, because I believe that this industry is all about collaboration. It's not about competition. There's no competition between us. I think we can make a change when we all work together. So yeah, hit us up, please.